All right. Hello, everyone. Yeah. So, welcome to my YouTube channel, Samsudin Mustafa. In this particular session, what I want us to address is upper reference style. What is upper reference style? That's the American Psychological Association, whereby the author date system used mainly in social sciences, featuring in-text citation, which is the author year, author comma year, and the alphabetized reference list. So how do we present this? How does it appear? How does it appear? It's always, if it is in-text citation, it will be the author's surname, comma, the year. If it is one, that's when we have this. If it is more than one, to be, but let me put it like this. If it is one, we have the name of the author, comma, the year. If there are two, then it will be the first author, comma, and the second author, comma, then the year. If there are more than two, that's when we now have the first author, then put et al, full stop, comma, then the year. That is, if we are doing in-text citation, we have to put it in parentheses. If it's to go by narrative, that is probably why you are doing your presenting your literature, you now want to make reference to somebody saying according to so in year. So that is narrative. That's why we have it like this. We have it author in bracket the year, or according to Samsudin and Mustafa, then in bracket the year, or according to Samsudin et al, the year. So the same thing, something easy like that goes for direct quotes, where you have it to be the author, the year, and the page number. So if it's now like that for in-text citation, then the reference list. For the reference list, the first thing is you have to start on a fresh page, start on a new page. That is, it will have referencing in the middle, which is will be centralized with a hanging indent. I'll talk about that soon. Then it have to be alphabetized. Everything have to be in alphabetical order. A, B, C, D, up to the last. Then this is how it will appear. The authors, comma, the date, the title of the the journal or whatever you're quoting, and the source where it is being seen. Either you have the publisher, you have the DOI, put it there, or you have the URL. It is necessary. A typical example is what we have here. Let's just look at this one. Author, comma, AA. This is the surname. This is the initial. These are the initials. And author BB, the year, the title, the title of the article itself. Then the title of the journal is always in italicized form. You have the issue, put it there. If you know the pages, put the page number there, then that's when you now put the DOI or the URL. So if it's a book, it goes in this format, the title of the book, then the publisher name. If it's a web page, because sometimes you see some things on Wikipedia and you just have to put it there. So if it's a web page or you put on any website that you have to just put the author, that's the person who published the stuff on the website, put it there, the initial, the year. If you have month and date, put it. Then the title will be italicized, and you have to put that site. The site must be there. The site must be there. A typical example, real example, is something like this. I'm bolding it well for you to see. Einstein AA 1905 on, this is the title, where it is seen. This is where it is seen. The page numbering, and every other detail that you need. Similar thing is here. Mackenzie, the year, the month and the day, the title, where it is seen, and the URL. So now, when I talk about, say, this here, I said we'll talk about that later. The hanging index that is being mentioned while in the definition is this. Look at this. You realize that we have something like this. Einstein, AA, whatever, citation, creation and conversion of, conversion is not starting with where Einstein is. The same thing, Princeton is not starting with where Hawking is. So that is the hanging indent. How do we handle hanging indent? That's basically what we are talking about in this particular session. How do we handle hanging indent and upper style referencing? Don't forget the practical examples of upper style referencing, how it is done, and how you do the hanging indent is what we are going to be explaining now. How do we put our references in upper style of referencing? So let's assume we have our references like this, just like we have here. Take these as samples. Okay, so what do we do? This word we should take note of. The first reference stops here. Okay, press enter. Let's separate each reference with enter key. Separate each reference with an enter key so we can easily identify where is one starting from and where is one ending. Or else at the end of the day, by the time we do this operation that we're about to do, everything will scatter and you might get it wrong. So if you have done your research and you have your references scattered, just put everything in a particular Word document, and you probably not really understand how to use software to arrange your references. You can always use MS Word for arrangement of references. That is what I want us to check through now. So at this point, this particular one here, press enter. You see, immediately you press enter at this point. Let me delete that. Ctrl Z. Immediately you press enter, you realize that the URL changed color to blue. That means it has identified that as what? As the end of this particular reference, and it captured that as URL. If not, it won't have captured it as URL, just see it as a normal text. So it is very important to do this. Enter, then delete that back to the position. This particular one is starting from here and it is ending here. Enter as well. Okay. Click on enter. Once you click on enter, come here, backspace. Click on enter at the end of each reference, come here, backspace. I will deal with this. I will deal with these ones pretty much later. But let's kick on. Okay. Enter. Come back here, then backspace. See, this one to enter, backspace. Enter here, backspace. This is supposed to end somewhere here. Press enter, then bring your cursor here and click backspace. So at the end of each reference, we'll have it standing alone. This enter, then backspace. Press enter here, backspace here. Enter, okay, backspace. This reference ends here. Remember, I'm only using this as a prototype for what we want to do. So now that we have all this, then all this on the line here, just right click, it corrects that for you quickly, and we'll move on. Click empty these empty spaces, delete the empty spaces, delete the empty spaces, delete the empty spaces, right click, and we'll see what happens with this. Okay, thank you. Same thing goes here. Okay. Oh, sorry. That's an error. Okay, right click. You have stuff like this, you have to take your time to arrange everything one after the other, or else the entire referencing will be scattered. Okay. The process itself is not too long at all, just so easy, but all these editings are just necessary. Okay, now let me work with this, then at the long run we can always correct the rest. So what we do simply is, since we have all our references on a particular document like this, just press Ctrl A, come to this paragraph tab there, and click on this drop down arrow, paragraph settings. Click on it, then select at this special part, select hanging, line spacing, make it double. That way we have this. But before we do this, you can decide to take it again from the beginning. Before you move on to that part, come here, this paragraph tab here, select this to sort it in alphabetical order. Sorting in alphabetical order, then click OK. Everything would have been in alphabetical order. Then come to paragraph setting. From paragraph setting, click this, select hanging, then select double here and click OK. At this point, we have our references. Everything is now in alphabetical order. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, and it is now in correct hanging pattern for APA style of referencing. That is how you easily do upper style of referencing, and everything will be in alphabetical order.
Remember, the upper style of referencing itself will tell you that you get the names, the surname first, the initial, then the year of the publication, after which the title, then the where you have the journal in italicized form, then you have put the address, the URL for where they have the journal. Take note of that for upper style of referencing. But in case you want to understand how to do this, you can always tell me what other thing you want us to do more in the next video. Tell me the things you want me to explain to you in the comment section, and in our next video, upcoming videos, I will make it happen. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notification. Share the video for others so they can always learn. See you